Hello and welcome to Minding the Mindset. I'm doing a series of very simple, fun interviews. I always say non-intellectual interviews with some very intellectual people and great friends of mine. Today on the show with me is Sagar Chandani, a motivational speaker, an entrepreneur, a globetrotter. Perhaps I have a lot of things to add. Welcome Sagar, and why don't you introduce yourself?
Thank you, Dawood, for your kind words and then great introduction. Really nice to have you on your platform, and I think this is something. This initiative is something very different that I personally liking because I was just going through your past videos, and yes, I agree with you. There are a lot of intellectual talks happening. Now I feel that I should also stop the kind of talk shows that I am doing and do something which is on the lighter note. But yeah, really happy to be part of this.
Oh, great to have you, Sagar. And no, please, you don't stop. I really enjoy we need to learn something around as entrepreneurs and startups. First question in the minded section, right itself, jumping, Sagar, is in 21 days and a little, the pandemic has changed, the world's changing. Technologies, businesses. What's the business you can think of in the next 10 years that doesn't even exist today?
So you know what? I think I have two. I'm just thinking about two things that comes to my mind. Yes, now because of COVID-19, things would change. So definitely, as we have, we have cyber security, we have security in our society or our offices. Now we will have professionals working on our health security, both physically as well as on virtual world. So I think that is where there will be an increase. And if there would have been if there would have been no COVID-19, then I feel people are in the. I'm sorry to say that, but people are in the race to, I don't know, compete or try to be the best. But
Okay.
if there are a lot of people who are on their journey where they definitely want to improve their own capacity. So I felt that the role of a capacity manager, handling your personal capacity,
Right.
would be there. Like today we have people helping us in gym, people who are helping us with our nutrition. So an overall capacity manager is something that I felt that I could see.
Oh, lovely. I mean, I always work on SDGs. I link something that is called goal number 8, decent work and growth. And what you said is we all need better lifestyles now, and now we've realized the pandemic has done. How have you been keeping busy, Sagar? You are the inspiration for a lot of talks I started with. So what's your routine like in a day?
So that's a good question, and I would like to admit it here. The first 2 weeks of the lockdown, whereas I was not following proper routine. I was sleeping late in the night, and I was waking up at odd timing. But yeah, it took me some time. But now, yes, it's been over a week that I'm waking up at around 5:36 a.m. in the morning,
Wow.
and I've started doing a lot of. I've been doing a lot of web sessions, like like yourself,
Right.
wherein we are covering up a lot of topics. Now I'll be doing a lot on crisis leadership and servant leadership, and this is something that I'll be covering in the coming times. But yes, apart from that, I've been watching a lot of videos on LinkedIn. I've been doing a lot of courses on LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn Learning is free for a month. I would request all your viewers to kind of consider that for the coming days of the lockdown. And apart from that, I've not been binge watching a lot, but then yes, I saw this movie called as Good News, which is good.
Uh-huh.
Akshay Kumar movie, like a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
movie with a good,
Diljit Dosan. I love him. Diljit Dosan, right?
yeah. So I'm consuming content that makes me happy, and with some obviously news which we have to follow. That's it.
I'm loving these interviews. I'm learning from a LinkedIn learning. Saga, that was a gem that you just gave us. Okay, you've been traveling also, and I know the pandemic is not a good time to touch those chords. When I ask people about going abroad, they say, "Come on, Dawood, you're not going out of the houses." But yes, you went to Bali, Indonesia, and I was really envious of all the lovely people you met and the sessions. Tell me more about that one. Maybe nostalgia now.
Yes, yes, I can feel that. And you know what? It's a privilege that, a lot of people like us actually get an opportunity to go out and travel not only in India, but
Right.
across the globe. And I think that is a commitment that I have done to myself from 2016 that whatever happens, come what may, I will travel at least one country in a calendar year so that
Okay.
I can understand the lifestyle, the way people think around the globe. And at the end of the day, I personally believe that experiential learning is the best form of learning.
Absolutely.
And I could see that in other travelers who were along with me, who were friends when I met there, or the community that I was part of. But in a quick, just that if I would like to share what I learned from Bollywood, what what is it that what the key takeaways from that trip, then I think one thing Bali taught me that you have to be easy on yourself. You have to
Okay.
start considering stop considering yourself as victim of situations. All of us, we live in a tiny blue dot in this whole cosmos.
Yes.
I don't know. I sometimes feel so unhappy about a lot of people just getting into tough because of small egos here and there. Second, I think the people of Bali are so nice. They are so friendly,
Wow.
and I think I'm sure people of India are also, and most of the people around the globe. But I think what was reinforced, like a nail in my mind, or it hammered me, is the
Yeah.
fact that compassion is the solution to a lot of problems, and I think they practice it. It's part of their DNA,
Compassion.
which I,
Wow.
which I have taken it with me, and I think I'm trying my best to do that. Only like you would be, or all the people who are interacting with me would know much better. But yeah, that is something that I've been practicing.
I saw a post today on Dalai Lama and I was super. This was the best thing I read this morning and thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you, Daud.
The other side of Sagar, not the entrepreneur or the incubation head that you are, just something else. Sagar, if somebody were to put a gun on your head and make you cook a dish, what dish would that be? Cook, by the way?
I'm good at eating, but yes, I can actually make a very nice tea. I can.
Okay,
Like,
all
yeah,
right.
I make sometimes, but I can make it like
So
the
like
best.
adrak wali chai or
Adrak and
Paris
elaichi,
wali chai, ilaichi and adrak.
elaichi adrak dal ke.
So,
And I can make. I know people cook Maggie, but
uh-huh.
I think I know exact proportion of how to make a nice cheese Maggie. So maybe after the lockdown, I'll invite you and we can have a good
We
cheese
know what
Maggie.
you're eating a lot, Sagar, nowadays. Yeah. I think Zomato will start soon for you alone. Okay,
Yeah.
Sagar. Sagar, given two superpowers that you could have, any two superpowers between being invisible or flying, which one would you choose and why?
Oh my God, that's a good question. But actually, these questions are easy, but actually tough to. Mr. India. Okay, so I would like to fly,
Mhm.
and reason being is when you fly, you get you get an overall perspective about a lot of things. So I
Right,
think you
right.
can just have a Hawkeye's view of everything and try to do your best wherever you can. So yeah, that is
Wow, so the
something.
flying part is good. Okay, Sagar, if you had to write your autobiography and all this time in the world, what would you name your autobiography as?
Interestingly, I was having a good call with my friend recently, and uh, people who know me from my childhood, they actually know, and I'm sure that a lot of people would have their stories. But I mean, I'm not saying this just because just for the sake of saying, but there have been challenges that I know,
Okay.
from being bitten by a scorpion to
Wow.
to not managing my early career well or early education. So I think the book can be called as uh, I don't know. I'm not able to get one name, but
I know
yeah,
these are tough ones, as you said, just off
the
the hook, I'm asking you.
yeah. I think yeah. So I can call it. There was a book in this movie called as Sanju. I think the
Yes,
last name
yes.
was Kuch to
Uh-huh.
Log Kahenge. I would
Oh,
like to.
wow.
I would
Kuch
like
to
to
log
use that
kahenge.
same.
That's nice. We
Yeah.
dedicate the song. I was a DJ. I could dedicate the song. Last question, Sagar. If you were reborn into any animal or bird, which one would that be?
Oh, okay. So I would prefer. No, I would choose to be an elephant
Okay.
because I believe they have amazing intelligence which the world knows.
Absolutely,
At
yes.
the same time, they are compassionate
Right.
and
Evernote has the elephant as a logo itself, right? Evernote, the memory for the elephant. The elephant memory, as they say.
yes, yes. So I think interestingly, Indonesia in Bali,
Yes.
they worship the elephant god also.
Oh, lovely. Oh, so they have their own version of the Ganesha?
Yes.
That's so nice. I love the way, the best part I speak is how you connected your entire conversation with this whole conversation with Bali again and elephant came in. And these are right, no one's preparing for what I'm asking them. Thank you so much, Sagar. Sagar, fun talking to you, Sagar. I hope the other side of Sagar is seen very clearly, not the intellectual one,
Yeah.
but the fun part of it. From the Bali trails, for your
Thank,
autobiography and the elephant. Thanks, Sagar. Thank you so much.
thank you, Daud, for exposing me during the lockdown.
Okay. All right. Bye, Sagar.
Okay.